Aloha everyone, this is Leimomi Keliikuli, Intuitive Soul Alignment Coach here, and I just wanted to just jump on in and share about behind the scenes of what I do after my webinar and kind of things that I do before to be making sure that my webinar is most soul aligned to me. So I just want to show you exactly how it kind of looks like and what I do behind the scenes. So let me just flip it around. So hopefully you can see this well, but this is my desk. I actually have I have my laptop and a regular screen computer, but this is what you're seeing, from my end, and this is my little balcony. So, and I have a beautiful rug here where I can do any of my yoga meditation before I get started. And then a lot of my stuff are inside of my closet here of my office space. So what I usually do when I am getting ready for a webinar, I just make sure my lighting is well. So I got my lighting here, making sure it's on my face. And then also, of course, having flowers to hold the higher vibration, and roses is the best thing to have in your energy space. And specifically, it's really good for a love gift soul like me. So I make sure that I have flowers, and it just so happened my husband bought this also for Mother's Day, so it's kind of cool. And usually I have, my screen here. This is my brand, and it's like a trifold, so I usually have that behind me, behind all of my binders and stuff of everything, of all my clients and information, and I do some sound bowl healing a bit before it gets started, and maybe pull a card or something if I really feel that it'll help me get in line. And then I also like spray this rose water spray here. You can get this at the natural food store, and also I do some smudging with this aura smudge spray. So it's just, it's just meant to clear the energy space, and then roses is the best energy to put your the space in a higher vibration. So here's my desk. This is what I usually see here. I have my mic, I have my plant. And then when I sit here, of course, I have like multiple screens. So when you do a webinar, it's kind of complicated because you have to you have to go between your one laptop and then the other. It's best to have two screens. So my program and my website and stuff, I usually have that up. And if I have my script, I usually have it right here on my screen here to help me to just make sure that I'm on point in what I'm sharing with my audience. And so going in between both screens is kind of the hard part about doing a webinar. But once you get the hang of it, and I had a bunch of weird stuff happen in this webinar, so I'm actually going to re-record my webinar. It's kind of crazy. I have to do it again because the audio wasn't good, and then the way that my page was showing up here, the examples that I was giving, that didn't show up correctly. It was actually behind my Google Hangout, and then my picture of my family and stuff. For some reason, the audio and the video wasn't working really well, so I'm like, I don't know, it was really weird. And it's typical for healer souls to have problems like this. So usually when you're setting up for a webinar, you just want to make sure that, you're holding sacred space for people when they are they come to your webinar for your soul. So you just want to make sure everything that you're doing is aligned to your business energy, that's aligned to your specific energy of your soul, right? So I really worked on really getting to the love vibration, since my energy is love. So I was trying to set up my webinar so that it had, all these contents of the energy of love from the moment that I woke up to the things that I was putting on my screen, just vibrating at the energy of my first gift. So depending on your first gift, you just want to make sure that's really, really aligned to you. So you would take some aligned actions the day before and the day after. The day before and the day after, and right after the webinar. It's so important to make sure you're just aligning to the energy of your soul. Because every time when when I was having trouble with my stuff here, with my technical issues, it was really hard to kind of keep myself in the love vibration. But I know that it was important that I was still in that alignment, and it made a big difference, definitely, for sure. But there are just so many factors that you need to think about before and after the webinar, because you have to remember that people are aligning to your soul, and it takes some time to kind of align to your vibration. So sometimes you just don't get the results that you wanted when you first started, right? Like I had all of this already, my sales page here, I have this already, and but I had all these kind of technical issues, but I was okay with it. I was okay with it because I already know that no matter what you do, you're going to always have some technicalities in it, something that's just not working, the video not working, or because I did everything that I know that I should be doing on my end. And so when I look at the video, I was like, oh my God, it's so bad. The video, the audio was cutting out, the picture that they're supposed to see wasn't even shown. So so I'm going to re-record it after this. But I just want to share with you that despite all the things that might go wrong, during and after, just make sure it's aligned to your first soul's gift. So I'm going to take more time, of course, to do some self-love stuff, probably after my day is done. But once you're in that vibration, you want to stay there, right? I know that my website here, my 8-week program, it's going to sell. And even if this Mastering Your Soul's Gift program, I don't sell directly on the webinar, I can always, shoot an email, reach out to people that looked interested in my webinar, or they didn't watch your replay and stuff. Give your link to your webinar, share it with your audience, of course, for the next week, because you think, oh, everything is all done right after the webinar. No, you have to create the sales, you have to market it, you have to make everything so clear as to why people need to buy your offer, right? So after this, I'm going to reach out to people who I think that are ready for this program, my Mastering Your Soul's Gift 8-week program. People who have told me that they wanted their blueprints before, I'll reach out to them. Or if they need a shell, I'll reach out to them, right? So all of the things that you put on your program and your contents here, just remember that this is just the end result, right? My program, this is just the end result that people are getting. But what they're getting from you is your soul, right? So if you are aligned to your soul and you are, coming from an authentic place, and asking your people are ready for it, they will respond, right, accordingly to whatever your first gift is, right? So that before, during, and after, it never ends. You're always going to have to explain to people why they need to buy from you, why what you offer is amazing for them. Why is your why, right? I know my why is because I want to help people to stop misaligning themselves. That's my why. I want them to be abundant and be happy. And despite that, I got, some sickness just yesterday, but I still show up, right? I cannot hide it. You know, I have to be who I am and be okay with it. So when you are clear in your messaging and you're reaching out to your ideal clients, just remember, they want you. They want your soul. So make sure that everything you're sharing is aligned to your message, aligned to what your ideal clients' pain points are, what they really need. And, you know, if your offer is just really aligned for them, they will buy. So I have, you know, I know for sure that even if my webinar didn't go the best and my webinar didn't maybe hit the right pain points or something, I will reach out to people. I will find out what they actually need and give them the right aligned offer. That is being a real authentic leader in your industry. Is you show up, you share your message, you share your unique perspective, you bring out your sacred work, you know, remember your roots, why you do what you do. Those are the most important things. Than the money, or, you know, maybe you create cool relationships after your webinar, right? But you still have to engage with people. It takes more than 20 times before they're like, oh yeah, I need to work with this lady, right? It's okay. It's okay. So Elizabeth said you did a really good job sharing with all that's going on. Your message is extremely clear as well. Despite all, I wrote a lot of notes. Thank you, Elizabeth. Yeah, I've gotten so clear about who I want to work with and the message behind it. And I actually experienced like being misaligned just before my webinar. So this is why I'm sick. But it's a good thing because I learned that being misaligned is actually the thing that helps you to be a better service for people. So I've been trying to get into further alignment, and I got misaligned too. And it's fine. You have to like walk the talk of whatever you share with your people, right? You have to say what it is that's really going on. Be authentic. Share what's going on in your life. Because it's those touching vulnerabilities that gets people to actually want to work with you. So I hope this helped you. I hope this helped you to see like what you need to align to before and during and after your webinar. Think about how you're going to finish your sales, right? I know after this I'm going to jump on and re-record my webinar, but that's okay. And, you know, reach out to my prospects and see from there. Even if you think like people are not ready for your offer, they could be ready like a month later, right? So making sure that you are aligned and helping people getting their results is all that matters, right? All right, well, I hope you have a beautiful day. Aloha.